Hello everyone. I want to talk to you today about the big re-socializing. We need something along the lines of a re-socializing manifesto. I've been talking about mental health a long time now. I have in particular because of my own experiences of workplace challenges and the pressures of certain work. Hence my decision to go self-employed and start my own business. Some would say that's masochism, but at least it's punishment on my own terms. I want to think about the language we use, the elevated corporate bollocks. It's the stuff that alienates us. Vapid about us pages that serve nobody but a mythical wealthy shareholder who probably has a quill pen somewhere in his Edwardian lair. This is part of the brand and the company, remember? So let's pick our words better as they inspire better action and human connection. But I think first we need to focus on this big office conversation as we're coming out of lockdown now, entirely, hopefully. You know, we've been so bothered about debating whether to return to the office and when and for how many days, we haven't really thought about what the reality should look like and how we can make the office better. It feels like a wasted opportunity. I fear this opportunity is chance to reset and start again has been missed in favour of the convenience of going back to the old. Just for context, having lived in London for many years, I'm back near my roots in Lincoln now, a great Roman city in the East Midlands. Now the name comes from Lindum Colonia, which means, in Roman terms, a refuge for retired Roman soldiers. Now, I'm no gladiator, but I definitely feel like I've wrestled some serious bears and lions in my head the last few weeks. I took time off, it was bliss, late July, 2 weeks meandering around the UK and no work emails or LinkedIn. I was able to reconnect with the Simon I am and not the Simon that I'm required to be or scoped out to be. It was nice. Do it if you haven't already. But if the pandemic has created another virus, it's this infectious yearn for constantly checking phones and our laptops and the digital connection. Please, unplug that. I say this from a lofty place because obviously these things don't last. Because naturally you come back to the office, balls to the wall, work and emails, the week view calendar representing a Jenga game at the tip of a collapse, bricks falling of Zoom calls and meets and catch-ups. Starting to be in person, but it's been bloody exhausting. Then the last few weeks have just hit really hard. In full candour, I am a sufferer of anxiety and depression, and I'm on the waiting list for a potential diagnosis for another neurological condition. I have only last week changed my antidepressant tablets, so trying a new drug. Now, this isn't an exciting Woodstock-style experimentation. This is more a necessity for my brain's own operating system. Now, I'm not quite sure what's correlation or causation here, but I'm finding this real-world adaptation of human reconnection hard. This blanking I'm doing, this brain fog it's been called. You know, I'll speak to someone, forget train of thought, go cloudy mid-conversation, mid-line, almost get bored of my own conversation and theirs. It's awful. I'm an awful person. I said to a mate the other day, I don't think we're socially match fit anymore. I work in a co-working space, full of fake colleagues, if you like, and real friends. But water cooler conversations feel a little harder now, I must say. Now, there's a company who work in a small office in there, and one of them was telling me, as I chopped up my branded chili bottle, that some are adapting better than others. Some have their home working routine, which has been entirely disrupted by office life, which, whether you like it or not, comes with an exhausting veneer of forced acquaintance and deep politics. Now, I work for myself, and by business design, I deliberately partner with other businesses and smart humans to deliver work for clients, so I don't have my own employees. But even then, after a 45-minute group Google Meet the other day, I used to spare 15 minutes before the next call to grab a nap. And you see the issue with that, back-to-back calls. We need to stop correlating free time with availability and filling up the Jenga tower. Anybody who knows what it's like to do back-to-back video calls, it's knackering, mentally and physically. Be very careful as we slowly come back to work. Ensure breaks are respected and adhered to. A nice Swedish feature of their culture called Lagon, it celebrates and does something called fika. Now, fika is a nice long break where people get together, switch off from work and have coffee and pastry. Let's bring that in. The Swedes are good at most things, so let's listen. Also, it is a nice transition from hearty homebound appetites, something that I can definitely attest to. Now, I'm a planner and a strategist and essentially a freelance marketing director. But what matters to me most is my work is the thread that completely goes through from plan to idea to plan to execution to results. Now, writing checks that you can cash is what matters. Now, strategy is all about offering a clear direction and then having tactics to achieve that direction. Now, companies owe it to their staff to maintain that same raison d'etre and have a strategy, but accept that the tactics of old might be out of date now, and you need to embrace different tactics to get them to the same place. And be consistent. The way you come across and the way you talk. We're all a bit disoriented reading quick emails, PDFs and Word documents of briefs and tasks, then getting on the call and it's different. The different mediums confuse clear straight line work. The research of company websites further adds to the constant clash and paradoxes in our own heads and the opinion we feel about companies and colleagues we speak with every day. Some people are doing this quite well though. I look at Monzo, great example. They have tone of voice guidelines. You should check them out. Their tone of voice is the same inside and out. No need to add to the disparity between internal and external communications. They have clear brand guidelines that all suppliers, colleagues and partners adopt. So there's a clear understanding and allegedly that's reported increased well-being. So to close, marketing, brand world, business owners, if you care about mental health, pick your words carefully. This is really important. And maybe use those words to commit to a re-socializing manifesto. Increased empathy, flexibility, consistency of communication, and with a celebration of breaks and rest. Speaking of which, it is Friday night, and I'll drink to that. Actually, based on the last 18 months, I'll drink to most things. Thank you, and good luck.